Our guest, Alice Schroeder, thinks that Goldman Sachs is going to become a business school case study, and not in a good way. So in what way, Alice?
Well, in business school, you learn that Johnson & Johnson and the Tylenol recall is the example of how to do public relations the right way, and the Exxon Valdez has always been the example of the poster child for bad PR. I think Goldman Sachs is about to replace that because their tone deafness has reached a level that is absolutely stunning. And we now have had the latest incarnation of that with their $500 million donation to small business, which is a transparent marketing ploy. I think it's more like a private equity investment than a donation. And I think it's going to rebound negatively on them. It certainly has not helped them get good press.
There's definitely been a change in tone. They went from saying, we didn't need any help, we're fine, we deserve everything we make, to, we're sorry, thank you, U.S. government, thank you, Tim Geithner. So they've done that. Now they're doing this $500 million. Are they getting closer to what they should be doing? Or is it even more insulting?
The problem is when you do so little so late, it becomes almost irrelevant. After you've sent partners into churches in London to say that Jesus advocated self-interest, Jesus, the man who drove the money changers from the temple, you've reached a point of self-satire that is so tremendous that it's really hard to overcome by just saying, I'm sorry.
So, reboot. Goldman Sachs comes through last fall, survives, then takes Wall Street to the cleaners again, which is what it always does. What should they have done publicly?
Well, for one thing, the bonuses were not smart. The taxpayers realized that money was made using taxpayer capital, so they should have given it to perhaps help foreclosed homeowners. And
so taken tens of billions of dollars out of the Goldman Sachs war chest and handed over to the government?
More money. $500 million is not enough.
More than 500.
The bonus pool is too big. And putting aside what people feel they deserve or what the math says, it just was an inappropriate display that at a time when the male factors of great wealth are at risk of causing social unrest here, there should have been common sense used.
Anything else?
I think that Goldman Sachs should have shown leadership in understanding that its role was to try to help the financial services industry assume a role in showing that having been grateful for the bailout, it was going to try to reform the industry. It has not assumed that role.
So now here we are. You're comparing Goldman Sachs to Exxon and the Valdez. What can they do going forward to improve their image?
Some of these steps could still be taken. They could certainly donate more money. They could certainly take a more constructive role in the reform of Wall Street. And instead of fighting, kicking, and screaming, I believe the banks should go back to being private partnerships. It was a mistake for them to go public, that we have this put that we can put now, where when they have a loss, they can just put their losses, not just onto the government, but they can go raise capital anytime. And with Warren Buffett's imprimatur, which of course helps. I think the banks, if they would go back to being partnerships, would be forced to use their own money. And that would be the way to solve the problem in real economic terms.
I mean, it's a mistake for us, because we're the ones that get hosed.
Yes.
They're in great shape.
They're in great shape.
They make a huge amount of money. Everyone wouldn't want to put to the taxpayer.
But as long as that situation persists, they're going to continue to have this problem of image. And, maybe it won't matter. Maybe in 10 years they'll just be so rich that they won't care. But I think that there is a concern that at some point there's retaliation and a backlash that's very costly.
So you don't think it's just going to blow over for Goldman?
That could happen. I'm not a big fan of hoping for the best and not ensuring for the worst. I would be taking some steps to try to, some more significant steps to try to ensure against the downside.
Thanks, Alice.
No.